guys. So today, as you can see, we are doing something more colorful, a little bit more fun, and kind of out there. I got inspired off of these little ears that I have here, as well as I used to be a little rave girl back in my days, so I did a lot of colorful eye looks, and I really just wanted something with a pop of colors to be on my channel, to be on my Instagram, just like a boom, because I feel like a lot of the stuff I have is like more neutral or kind of like purples, but nothing that's just like over the top. Bright and vibrant. So I wanted to change it up a little bit and show you guys how to do something really fun. Especially with summer coming around the corner and all the festivals coming up around the corner, it's always good to have some sort of colorful palette in your kit. And so I used this bad boy here for this look today. We're gonna go ahead and open that up and look at this. It has all the bright colors and all the neutral colors at the bottom. This palette is amazing. So if you want to see how I created this super bright, vibrant look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I have already did my foundation, concealer, a little bit of cream contour, and then I went ahead and started doing the baking under my eyes because this is going to be a very intense, bold, bright look, and I don't really know how much fallout there's going to be. So I went ahead and just did that part, so we can just sweep that off later. I'm going to be using two palettes today to create this look. So the first is going to be the Masquerade palette, and the second is going to be the Laura Lee Party Animal palette. And the only reason that I'm using this one is this is going to have very like bright, intense colors. In the Masquerade palette, we have all of our neutral colors as well as our bright, vibrant colors. So that is what we're gonna use today to create this look. I kind of want to do like this really nice festival, just bright poppin' look. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so I do want to lay down a pretty just neutral brown color to kind of blend everything together. So I'm actually gonna go into my ColourPop palette here, and we're going to use this top color here because that's a nice transition shade. And I did already prime my eyes with concealer, so we're just going to go in over that. And we want to take this color and we want to put it in a crease, and then we want to sweep up towards the brow bone. And I think what I want to do is I want to do the pink in the inner corner because I see a lot of people doing that now, and then kind of put some blues and purples in there and just make it super bright and really fun. And of course, you already know we're going to be doing that highlight as well. Okay, so next, really, I think we should just go ahead and dive in. I'm not sure which pink I want to use. So the Masquerade palette has a pink that is called Bori, and then the Laura Lee palette has a color called Bottoms Up, and both of them are like the shimmery pink color, so neither of them are matte. Let's go ahead and test them out. I want to see what they look like side by side. So on this side we will do the Party Animal, or I'm sorry, on this side this is Bottoms Up by Laura Lee. This is going to be Bori from the Masquerade palette here. I'm just going to line those up next to each other. Okay, so definitely the Masquerade is going to be a little bit darker, more of a hot pink versus the Laura Lee that's a little bit of a lighter pink. So I think I'm going to go in with this darker pink here. I think that's what we're going to do. So I am going to take my Morphe M330, this brush here, and I'm going to go ahead and get that all over the brush. I'm going to go ahead and start packing that on the inner corner here. I'm kind of pushing that up. So freaking pretty! I don't even like the color pink, but I am feeling this color. Alright, so we're gonna go over to the other side, do the exact same thing. And I really like this brush for this job specifically because it kind of has a more pointed tip. So you can be a little bit more precise with it, which is nice. And then if you can see what I'm doing here is I'm pressing the color in, especially into the corner where I want it to be really pigmented. And then I'm taking pretty much any excess, which is not that much, and I'm going to go ahead and sweep over the edges because I want to make sure that is nice and faded, no harsh lines. So since we're kind of getting towards the lid, I'm going to go in with a packing brush, which I don't necessarily need. I think that Morphe brush did pretty well, but I'm going to go in with my flat Jackie & Lauren synthetic brush here, and we're going to go into the color Zobo, which is this one here in the palette. This is a nice like flat purple, so we're gonna go in with this as kind of like a transition in between that pink, and we just kind of want to pat that on, push up towards the crease, and I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe M330, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of that pink on the brush. And I'm going to blend these two colors together. Then I'm just going to kind of buff over the purple just a tad. Go ahead and start smoking that edge out. Last color we're going to go in with is this purple color here on the edge. It's the more pigmented, shimmery purple. And I'm going to use my Coastal Scents 250 brush to kind of pack this in on the outer corner and blend that in to Zobo. And so we're going to put that here on the outer end. There's quite a bit of fallout with this color, so I'm actually going to go back in. I'm going to use my synthetic brush to help press this into the outer corner. This is exactly why we bake under our eyes, because I don't know if you can see, but right in here, there's a pretty intense amount of fallout from that purple. Purples are very hard to perfect, so I'm not like upset about it that there's fallout because it is a very difficult color. I'm going to go back into the Laura Lee palette here. We're going to use this color, which is Hungover. And I'm going to use that same Morphe M330. I'm going to saturate the brush here, go ahead and tap off the excess. And I'm just going to get that into that outer corner just to add a little bit of depth, a little bit darker color here. Okay, now taking a fluffy brush like this and a little bit of setting powder. This is how we're going to get that off. So I just put it on the back of my brush like this, and we're just going to lightly brush up and away. Same thing on this side. And it's a very light, just whip. You just kind of want to lightly whisk it away. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Morphe M504 brush, and we're just going to blend in all of these colors, soften up any edges. So I'm just kind of going on the outer edge here, just softening that up, but also kind of blending these colors together. I think that's pretty blended. So what I'm going to do now, using that same Morphe M330, wow, there was a lot of fallout. I'm going to go back in with the color that we just used, which was this one here, to blend the darker purple in with the lighter purple and the pink. So go ahead and dust out that excess. And we're just gonna kind of lightly tap, merging those two colors together here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 506 brush and the color Hung Over. We're gonna go into the inner crease just to kind of deepen the inner crease. So I am gonna put just a little bit, so I'm putting it on the brush, but I'm tapping the majority of it off. And then we're gonna lightly into the inner crease here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the Masquerade palette and my Morphe M506, and we're gonna use this color here, this white shimmery color, to go underneath the brow bone. So just picking a little bit of that up on the brush and going right underneath where the brow bone is. And then we're also gonna go just a tad into the inner corner just to get a little pop of white in there. So same brush, just pressing that white color into the inner corner to get a little dimension, a little bit of shimmer there. So now I gotta decide what color I'm gonna go underneath the eye with. I want to use a blue because I want to keep this very cotton candy like. So I think I'm actually going to go in with the color, I'm going to go in with this color here up at the top. It's a shimmery blue color. I'm going to use the Morphe M506 like I was using before. Kind of blending this into the purple in that corner there. Now I'm going to go in with my Laura Lee palette in the color Damage Control here in the center. Using the same brush, we're going to go ahead and go underneath where we put the darker blue just to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so now what I think I want to do, I like the eyeshadow. I think I want to do a white liner because something like this, I almost feel like black is a little overpowering. So I kind of want to go in with white. Keep in mind when using white, you do want to make sure that there isn't any eyeshadow sitting in your waterline. That will color it, of course. And then we're just going to use a beauty blender here. And the reason why I use the beauty blender is because it's an easy way to kind of lightly pull down your eye without tugging too hard, and then you don't have to worry about touching your makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and use some mascara here, which I am going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. We're going to go ahead and get a really nice coat on these lashes. The lashes I'm going to use today are my Ardell Mega Volume. I'm going to go ahead and put these lashes on off of camera, and then I will be right back. Okay, eyelashes are on, and then I also did my eyebrows off of camera as well. If y'all want to see how I do my eyebrows, please leave a comment below. And I don't know, maybe I'll make like a mini Instagram tutorial or something like that to show y'all how I do them. I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder that I have on my face. Now that our baking period is done here. Okay, then quickly we're going to do a little bit of a powder contour. I'm going to go in with my Pure Sculptor palette, and we're going to use this top shade here that I'm almost out of, and I'm so sad. And we're going to use the Luxie 522 brush. And I'm just adding a little color on top of where I already put my cream contour. And then I'm also taking this just kind of under the jawline here, because we never want a double chin. We never want a double chin. And this bronzer or contour does have a little bit of bronze pigment in it, and I don't like using that to contour my nose. I like a very flat color to contour my nose, so we're gonna use the Wet n Wild palette. It's a lighter shade, and also it has no shimmer to it, so I think it looks better for contouring your nose. I think I'm gonna use this Laura Geller blush because it is pretty pink. It is a baked blush as well. So this is the Tropic Hues. I want something like very pink. And we're gonna go ahead and pop that right on the cheeks. And then of course, no festival look would be complete without some highlight. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX A Bit Jelly in the color Opalescent to go on the cheekbone. Color is awesome and blinding. It's crazy because in the container it's white, but then on my finger it's purple. I'm gonna kind of put that here and then kind of blend it up a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Come on, NYX. I'm putting it everywhere. I'm gonna put it on my Cupid's bow. Why the hell not? We're gonna go down the bridge of the nose. Lightly. I feel like I need more. Is that crazy? Is this too crazy? I don't think so. Now I feel like we're glowing. All right, so last thing that we're gonna do is lips, and we're gonna go in with a hot pink. And this is by Wet n Wild. This is the color Oh My Dolly. So this is what we're gonna use for our lips today. Last thing we got is some setting spray. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe setting spray, and we're just gonna set this entire look. And always, I do like to take that damp beauty blender and kind of just go in and dab in the areas where the setting spray lay, just to make sure it sits nicely. And that is going to be the final look for this festival type of rave look. Something more bright and vibrant. I love doing colorful looks. I used to do them all the time and wear them to pretty much any party that I ever went to. I loved using color. It's been a while since I've really dove into color, so this is something that was really fun to do, kind of taking it back. But that being said, you guys, that is the final look of this video. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, requests, please leave them in the comments below. Yeah, I will see you guys on the next video.